everyone. Hi, this is Kristine Zedek, and here I am again. I'm back with another video, and I thought I'll again connect with each and every one of y'all out there, whoever's going to be watching this. So I wanted to share a few things, my day, a little bit of things that I've been going through, thinking about. So I thought let me first start with a song, like I did in my previous video, and even though this song is actually inclined towards a romantic situation, but I loved just this section and I thought it's perfect to share with all of you. So I said, let me just start with this, and if it can play in your head and if you can believe it, it'll just make your day. Okay, so it's just going to be in between the song, like I always say. I don't know about copyright, so I'm just going to play just a tiny bit, okay? So this is Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth. I'm just going to sing that small section. Ooh, baby, do you know that's what? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Okay, so how beautiful is that, right? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Okay, I didn't have to say the ooh part, but yes, heaven is a place on earth. If we actually, we keep talking about heaven being something out there, somewhere else, far reached. And I'm sure it is there because, of course, there have been many people who have gone and come back and, experienced life after death. So, but the main thing is, why can't we make heaven a place on earth? Why wait for that, right? Why wait for heaven when we go there and when it's all over here? Why can't we make heaven a place on earth? How do we make heaven a place on earth? And the only way is through love, right? Love is the answer. Love is the solution. Love is what makes it all so beautiful and makes all the difference. If we function from a place of love, kindness, thoughtfulness, sensitivity, empathy, just imagine the kind of domino effect it's going to have. How awesome would that be? We always are thinking about me, I want. But what if we think about each other? What if we consider the other person? What if we think that, I hope I'm not hurting that person? I'd like to take some for me, but I'd like to share as well, or I'd like to keep some for that person as well. So imagine it's the little things that we do that can make heaven a place on earth. Instead of coming from a place of, anger or jealousy or greed, so many things. If we come from a place of just holding on and hating someone, it's not helping, because whatever emotions we give out, it's going to come back to us, and we're the ones feeling it the most. We can actually make heaven a place on earth, and this world is so beautiful. Why are we doing so much to hurt each other? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay, so that was the song. And like I did the other video, I'm going to read a chapter from this book. So again, this time I saw, I opened the book, and there was something I didn't really resonate with for the moment. So I opened another chapter and I got this one. So this is the 365 Dalai Lama Daily Advice from the Heart. Okay, and I'm going to read this thing for you. This is chapter 182, but it's on page 183, and it says, okay, this is under the section Meditations on Happiness. All right, I'm going to read this. I think that every human being has an innate sense of I. Oh my gosh, that's what I was talking about. Actually, I didn't really relate this. This is a coincidence. Okay, so we cannot explain why that feeling is there, but it is. Along with it comes a desire of happiness and a wish to overcome suffering. This is quite justified. We have a natural right to achieve as much happiness as possible, and we also have a right to overcome suffering. The whole of human history has developed on the basis of this feeling. In fact, it is not just limited to human beings. From the Buddhist point of view, even the tiniest insect has this feeling. and according to its capacity, it's trying to gain some happiness and avoid unhappy situations. Oh, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Imagine, right? Why are we always about thinking about ourselves? Like they say, even a tiny insect has the same kind of feelings that we have in terms of, to avoid suffering, to evolve, to feel better, to look for happiness, to look for joy. And if they are if we are feeling it, like we think we're the ones who have a right to everything, but so do they, the tiniest of insects. So I thought this was so beautiful, and I wanted to just come in here every day and just spread some sunshine, spread some joy, spread some hope and happiness. And the whole world is going through so much, and we all are in a very grim situation. Some people personally know people who are going through a really rough time, who have actually got the virus. Some people are just being depressed, being at home. Some people are out there watching the news and focusing on so much of negativity, and it's not an easy situation. It is what it is. We all are facing it together. Some of us are, we just have to stay home and we don't. Okay, so the thing is, if we all are in it together, we all are in it together in some way or the other. We just have to look at it that way. We have to have that heart and the mindset to look at it that way. And we all are here to overcome suffering, and we all are in this together. So I'm sure, together with that mindset, we can, go towards that direction. In fact, the other day, I was on a call, and there were few people I was interacting with. And this one guy said, I asked him, how are you? How are you coping? He was in another city, a small town. And I asked him, how are you coping? And he said, I'm depressed. And I said, understandable. And he says, I'm sitting at home and I feel like I'm in prison. I said, what? You feel like you're in prison? I said, do you know how many people out there just wish that they were home? They just wish that they could be at home. There's so many people out there working selflessly for us. And here you are saying, do you know our home currently is actually the safest place for us to be? Our home is actually a place where it's just I feel it's our protection right now. And if you're going to look at it like something that we don't like, so my whole idea is our perception. If we're able to change our perception, automatically we'll be able to look at things differently. If we focus on what we have more than what we don't have, if we focus on the positives than the negatives, if we focus on our blessings instead of the have-nots and the fears, we are going to have a totally different outlook to what we actually have. Just count your blessings, count everything. Like, we have water to drink, we have basic food, we have our breath, we have our bodies, we have our health, we have our families, we have somebody to talk to, we have a bed to sleep on, we have a fan that works, or whatever. There's so many things. We just have to focus on all those, right? So, and then I'm glad he was able to look at it another way, and he said, yeah, actually, I am glad that I am at home. So, but I also wanted to touch upon this point, because like I said, home is the most safest place, but actually for some people it is not the safest place. I am aware that there are many situations out there. We all are looking at it and saying, oh, family time. The ones who have great families, are really blessed. There are a lot of people out there who actually don't have that kind of safety in their home. Some people are getting abused, some people are getting molested, some people are in fear. I don't know. There are people out there going through many situations. I don't know how we can really help, because we don't know what happens in somebody else's home. But I just wanted to keep you all aware and say that people are going through many things, and somewhere, somehow, if you can, if you feel that somebody needs to talk to you, reach out to you, whether it's a phone call or talk to you about something, or you feel you need to send out a complaint to an authority, something, help somebody, please don't hesitate to reach out and help someone, because we can only do our part in a certain way. And the only thing is, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what a solution is, but I just keep so many things in mind. I think about all these people and I'm like, God, just be with them, bless them. I hope, people are not going through hell even being at home. So that's one thing. Another situation, somebody was saying that I'm so used to working that even when I'm at home, I'm working, and yet I feel guilty about not spending enough time with my family because I'm still on work mode. So there are many scenarios. Some people can't handle this time. Some people, being at home. Some people are restless. Um, some people are bored and they just hooked on to just, doing certain things that are not productive. So if anybody is going through any of these things, please, if you can somehow voice up, speak up, it'll be a great help. Apart from that, also, look at little things that can help you uh, be in a better mode of whatever you do. So whether it is thinking about, waking up, even if it's just saying a prayer before you go to sleep, say a prayer of gratitude and say thank you for today, thank you for an extra day, thank you for a life, thank you for the food I ate. Start with basics. Wake up with a heart full of gratitude and say thank you for a new day, thank you for this. Start with basic things. And there are so many things you can do. So yesterday I just spoke about all the different aspects of, you can learn things, skills, but there are other things as well. Like I've been learning a lot of stuff online, and I've been enjoying myself. It's been taking up so much of my time. I don't even know how time is flying, but I'm just being as productive as possible. I'm trying to be as creative as possible, write whatever I can. But there are millions of things other people can do, right? I mean, but the main thing starts with your mindset. If you're able to have that positive mindset to say, hey, I'm going to utilize this time in the best way possible, it can make a difference. So you have to start with that. And just, if you want to change your situation, whatever that situation is, start affirming it. Start affirming and saying, I am happy, I'm healthy, I am in a good space, I'm free from, the mental agony, I'm free from the situation, I'm absolutely in the best state of my life, things are getting better. So start affirming things. Okay, so that is the other thing. My neighbor have been amazing. My neighbors have been amazing. They came again, and in fact, my neighbor's son Pratmesh, he asked me. He said, "Hey, I'm going down. Do you want anything?" And I said, "Oh, that's really sweet." So this happened before, and then the second time he called me was when he was ordering some stuff on the phone, and he said things again. So I have to say, we in India, at least in Bombay, we're really blessed because we have the access of calling up grocery stores and them delivering to us. And I'm like, wow, there are people out there who don't have access to anything. And here we are blessed that people come and deliver stuff to our doorstep. So that's a huge, huge, huge blessing. We're not in dearth of anything. So we have that service, and God bless each and every one of those people who are working in medical stores and groceries to ensure that we're getting our basics, necessities. So yeah, my neighbor, he asked me, and I said, yeah, sure. I need a few things. So even when he went down, that was few days ago, and he got me, he got me basic, things that I needed. And this time we ordered for something. So I wanted to say is, I have just for the basic hygiene, not created, but I made this kind of a solution. Okay, I've used a old perfume kind of bottle for this, and in this what I've done is I've put a little bit of like about this much of Dettol, okay, about like this much of dishwashing liquid soap, which we use for dishwashing, okay, and the rest is water, okay, and a little bit of baking soda, because baking soda is really good for a lot of like a cleansing element. So I put this, and of course I kept this, and what I do is whenever I get anything before it even enters the house, I so for example, if I've got like this, okay, these are my vitamin E, I made sure I sprayed this whole thing, and I took a cloth and I wiped it, sprayed this whole thing. Even if it's a cardboard box, I just took everything, sprayed it with this, because it's got Dettol and soap in it, right? And I just took it, sprayed it, and took cloth, and I just wiped it really, really well. I'll make a detailed video just on few tips on, keeping things clean and hygienic. But it's very basic. I feel, why are we okay, these are extra measures to make sure that before bringing anything into the house, make sure it's cleaned and sanitized at the doorstep itself, and only then I bring it into my home. And I'm very particular about these things, that I'm washing my hands, washing the tap knobs and everything. And in fact, when I made the solution, I actually used it to clean so many things. I clean switches, I clean taps, I clean my purse, I clean my wallet, my jewelry, my watch, what else? Even the bathroom, whatever I've been touching with at the bathroom, all door handles, knobs, I cleaned, just used this and I cleaned it. I got a cloth and I cleaned everything, and I put the cloth in hot water, soapy water as well. So I disinfected that. And basically, it's a very convenient solution to have, and you can just spray it in everything. And so it's got the soap and the Dettol, and I put Dettol in a little bit of everything as well. I use it for even a little bit for hand washing. I use just a tiny bit of it, and even when I'm washing clothes, I put at least 2 capfuls of Dettol, and I'm washing my clothes as well. So Dettol has been really, this is not a sponsored video, but Dettol has come into use a lot. And I think we should just be hygienic irrespective of virus or no virus, right? I think we all should be just hygienic. Basic washing of our hands, basic dusting, basic cleanliness, basic making sure we are clean. I have bath with salt water just to cleanse myself, properly, and ensure that I'm okay. So there are many things we need to, now that we all are on a so-called paranoid scare, we need to be even more careful. Even if and once this phase passes, we need to really take it more seriously and be more hygienic. Like, people should stop spitting, to be honest. They should stop spitting on the road. They should stop peeing on the road. They should stop dirtying the places. I mean, these are basic things that we should follow, and I don't know why there are no strict action taken on all these things that happen here. Anyway, moving on. So God bless my neighbors again for always popping up and suddenly ask me, do you need anything? Can I help you? Can I order for something? And it's such a blessing. And honestly, it's even somebody who calls me and asks me, how are you? Are you okay? For me, even that is a blessing. So it feels so good. So another thing I did, I wanted to share this with y'all, is I made pancakes. Okay, so like I mentioned already, I keep very minimal ingredients in my house, okay, and I'm very happy with it. I have no complaints, and I was craving to have pancakes yesterday. The only thing I had was bananas at home, because when my neighbor did come, I said, can you get me bananas? It's so easy to eat and stuff like that. So he said okay. So I made banana pancakes, and all the stuff that I put in here, so this is without eggs, without flour, okay? So I still managed to make this. So what I did is I got a cup of oats, I roasted the oats a bit, and then I ground the oats. It became into a powder form. So I put that in a separate bowl, and in the powder form of oats, I put a little bit of a tiny pinch of baking soda, tiny pinch, and then with a baking powder, I put half a teaspoon of baking powder in it. And then I needed the liquid batter. So for the liquid batter, I took a banana, and I put you can either put jaggery, but I put brown sugar, and I put a little bit of water, a little bit vanilla essence, and and then I ground. So I made it, I didn't make it too thin. It was like a thick liquid, and then I mixed it with this, and oh my gosh, I use this, I put I just sprinkled tiny bit of oil, and it's awesome. It's so good. I feel like I'm eating banana cake. No eggs, no flour, so simple. And I was just craving for something nice and, yummy and sweet. and I got these, I made these, and it's so good. So you can try it. It's very simple, and it's a quick fix, and it's a healthy quick fix. Like I said, you can substitute sugar with jaggery, and it'll do the rest. So that's the thing. Now, just make sure whatever you do, you keep it light, you keep it healthy. We don't know how long the lockdown's going to last, so try to really keep it as minimalistic as possible. Let's train ourselves to go towards the healthy side, and eat only when required, and cut our portions and all of that. So try to see if we can do that. Yeah, and I just feel we should also be aware of saving water. So even when we're washing hands or having a bath and washing dishes, save water. Please save water. Keep that in mind. Even with switches, when you're not using switches, make sure you keep the switches off, so that unnecessarily you're not wasting any electricity. And the minute you use something, switch it off. Another tip is the minute you finish eating, also just quickly go and wash your plate there and then. Don't stack it up, because if you stack it up, it'll become a big mountain. You'll be like, oh my gosh. So every time you eat something, and even in a family, like, tell each family member, just wash your own plate. We're all in this together. Just wash your own plate. So one person doesn't only have to do all the dishes. Let people start getting responsible. Divide your work, share your work. One day somebody cooks, the other day somebody else cooks. If somebody has not been cooking, in the partnership or in the family, like, tell them to try and experiment. This is a good time to do that, and cook together, or divide the work, and or exchange the work. So there's so many things you all can do. I know people who, families who are also doing a little bit of these things, and who are also playing board games at home. In fact, me and my friends got online, and we were playing games while we were talking to each other. It was so much of fun. So you can make this a fun time, catching up with people. Another friend of mine, when she called me, Z from Bangladesh, she called me, and she was doing, like, I don't know how they were doing it, but her son was doing it for her. But while she was on this, while she made this call, like how you have in Snapchat, all these funny faces, animation faces come. So she had this cutest, funniest animation face, and they both had these animation faces, and I was laughing and laughing so much. So this time can actually be seen as a time to reconnect, make the most of it, and just have a good time. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to just say is about the when I was talking about the home not being a safe place. A friend of mine, Nasru, he also made a podcast, and it's a 90-second podcast, and in that he said, if you hear anybody screaming next door, or making if there's havoc or whatever, if you do them a favor and just go there and ring the bell. It's called ring the bell. So he said, just go and ring the bell and just distract that, distract whatever's going on. You can't stop something entirely, but distract this. That just came to my mind. I thought I'll share. So talking about podcasts, I have my own podcast. It's called Sunshine and Rainbows. It's on Anchor, Spotify, and many other platforms. So if you can look it up, it'll be great. Every day I record short stories, and it's all about spreading sunshine and motivational short stories. They're not my short stories, but I get them from different sources, and when I look at it, I don't know the names of who has said it, so I'm not able to give you the names of where I got it from, but some of them are forwards. So I read these short stories, and they're really short stories to make your heart smile. So if you can tune into that, that'll be great. I'm on all platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're watching this, on Twitter, at Kristine Zedek, KRISTINE ZEDEK. I just love spreading joy in whatever way I can. And I just released a music video, me and my friend Shamik. We just released a music video called Hey Corona. So I wrote it was a poetry that I wrote, and it came from my heart. I was very upset with the whole situation out there. So I wrote this poem, and this poem didn't let me sleep. I just wanted to write. I woke up, I slept, I woke up, I was writing again, I tried to sleep, I woke up. Till 5, I was just pouring my heart out. And I called up my friend and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "I have to tell you, I've got this poem." And this happened before the lockdown, by the way, just at the brink of the lockdown. So when I shared it, I said I want to say this poem in whatever way I can, and it would be nice if I could have a visual, say it in a visual way. And then one thing led to another, and we couldn't step out because things were starting to slowly shut down. And so we decided in his home, we had a setup, and we did everything. All he did was take his iPhone, record me first, my poetry, and then he recorded me with his iPhone, and I was like, whoa. And then the rest, and after there was a lockdown, I was in my place, he was in his. He did everything. So of course he directed me. He was the cinematographer for me. He did the editing. He added the graphics, and the way it turned out was, for me, truly magical, because from something that just was a seed in my mind and my heart, it turned out to be something so unexpected. I was blown by it. So do watch it. It's called Hey Corona. Thank you, Shamik, for for all the help and creating this. For me, it's a masterpiece in itself. So thank you. With our limited resources, we had nothing, and still we created this. So please watch Hey Corona. It's a message on of course, it's not focused on the virus. It's about the greater good of how we need to focus on the better, the good things about what we all can do. So I hope you like it. I hope you watch it, and please do share your comments and your feedback, and let me know if you want me to talk about anything in particular. If there's so many things going on out there, people need to speak. If you want me to discuss something, we can do that. I plan to come on FB Live one of these days. You can follow me. I have a page, Kristine Zedek, and we can actually have a chat over there. We can share ideas, positivity. And if it can help bring a smile to someone, why not? I'm sure you all have so many beautiful ideas you can share. How you spending your time? How you passing your days? How creative are you? Are you being productive? Are you learning something? It'll be great to know. Okay, so let's make the most of this time together. There's not much we can do, but make sure that we are safe. Make sure our family is safe. Make sure we're indoors and do our best to break the chain and at least use our mind in the most productive manner and make the most of this time. It's so rare. This is unheard of. Countries being locked down is unheard of. I just saw some pictures that 100 years ago this similar thing had happened, and here we are again, and we have the resilience to make it happen. We have that in us to see through it, provided we are cautious enough, to pay heed to all that we need to. So let's be in this together. Let's be strong. Let's watch out for one another. Be kind, because people are going through a lot. Let's be a kind, sensitive. Let's lend a ear and make the most of it. All right. Here I am blabbering away. I hope y'all are okay with me blabbering away. But even if you're not, you don't have a choice, because it's just a one-way conversation right now. But maybe we could, if you can tell me what you think about what you want me to talk about, I'd love to do that. So please take care, hang in there. I'll make a separate video just for the Dettol solution I was talking about, in different ways of how we can stay more hygienic and careful during this time. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day and stay blessed wherever you are. Sending you all lots of love, lots of light, healing energies for mind, body, soul, and for your loved ones, the ones who are affected, not well, or who are not, in the capacity to do much. Really sending out lots of love to each and every one of you all, and may you all see the light through all of this. Okay, so take care. This is Kristine Zedek, and I just want to give you all a big hug. Stay blessed, okay, and God bless you always. Bye.